I did front wheel too.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video with the Shredding Stansels, and I'm Emerson Stansel.
And I'm Emerson's dad, Jared. Normally our videos are filmed in the South, like either Texas or Arkansas, but this one we're in a little bit different place. This one we are going to be in
Copper Harbor, Michigan. Like normally we're in the South, but today we're up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where it's like the low of 37.
I think the low was the low was like 60 something.
Yeah,
but the high, what was the high?
The high was 83. It's way better than Texas up there.
The same day in Texas, the high was like 112 or something. So you can see how far north this is on Lake Superior, and it's way different than Texas. Texas, we have like a lot of clay and limestone, but up here in Michigan, it's in the UP, it's a lot of basalt and kind of harder rock. But the riding was great. Not a lot of wind, deep in the trees. It was just a beautiful area. They're known for these stones called Uper stones up there, where that glow in the dark. And we actually found one with Gigi and his sister.
Really exciting. And this is a very small town. There's a lot of cool stuff like local music across the street from a hotel. Great food, awesome community, a lot of nice bikes just laying around unlocked. It's insane how people don't steal bikes here. It's insane. So now we are walking across Main Street to the Keniwa, I think it's Keniwa Adventure Company. Yeah, to pick up our bikes.
Yep. Yeah, and so we didn't take our bikes up there, did we?
No.
That would have been too far of a drive. So we rented our bikes from the Keniwa Adventure Company, and I got a 27.5 Trek Remedy 8, which was just a great fit for me. And what did you get, Emerson?
I got a Kona something.
The Kona Hanzo?
Yes.
Is it Hanzo? The Kona
Hanzo.
The Kona Hanzo 24? What'd you think about it?
It was a good hardtail. It's better than my hardtail. My hardtail is just for trail riding, and what I use it for is cross-country racing.
Yeah, these are some of the people we rode with, and that was our shuttle. This is our guide. We had a guide for a couple hours. His name is Birch. And man, if you're gonna go up and ride in Copper Harbor, I could not recommend more the Keniwa Adventure Company and getting a guide. Having Birch with us was invaluable for learning the trail systems quickly. I mean, you can see just how beautiful it is, but there's a lot of trail there, and we only had one day to ride. So having that guide to show us the ropes gave us a real good layout, a good understanding of where we were and where we needed to be, and that just made it a lot easier and a lot more fun the rest of the day. So here we are, we're about to start our first trail called The Flow, and the name is very appropriate, wouldn't you say?
Yes, if they want to call it The Flow, they do need to redo some parts. It's kind of bumpy at some parts, a lot of rock. But it's really nice and bummy, flowy. There's some drops and jumps here and there.
How did you like, how does it compare to riding in Texas, you think?
Well, it's not, well, this trail is not as steep as some other trails in Texas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, but some parts are kind of fun. There's some nice rollers and jumps, but yeah, it's really basically a lot like Texas. It's just not as smooth as Texas. More bumpy. And now we're on a trail called Raptor Ridge, which takes us down to another trail, which is called Danimal, where it's really the first big feature that I hit here at Copper Harbor.
So yeah, as you can tell, it's pretty, like Emerson was saying, it's pretty flowy. Not a lot of chunk here.
Nice.
But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This is a blue line. This is considered intermediate. This is what Emerson was talking about. This is one of the first wood features on the Danimal line, which is a black line.
Which is a double black line, actually.
What's double black?
It says jumps and features double black.
Okay. Look at you clearing that. Was that a double?
Yeah.
Or
that was a table.
Tabletop. Okay.
And then so there's another drop just a little bit down the trail, and then after that drop is when things start to get intense.
Okay.
like big jumps and sketchy jumps on the side of the.
Oh, is this what the drop you're talking about?
Yes, after this drop, it starts to get insane.
Okay.
Big, huge.
I thought the trail here was a lot smoother than any of the trails in Texas.
Oh, for sure. But just like some jump trails, like at Owen Park and some other places, are a lot smoother than here. Like it was really bumpy.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta have like a downhill bike or like a decent travel bike to clear these jumps. It's like it's really bumpy.
Yeah, they had how was riding this hardtail compared? Because the hardtail you have at home is a Cannondale Trail 24. How did which is a little bit smaller, I think, or it's a little bit. It's not as meaty.
Well, this one's really like for most stuff. It's like for jumps. It's good for rock. It's good for just regular trail riding. It's good for anything. The tires are way bigger than my other bike. That means it can do a lot more stuff. I also have more suspension in the front.
Awesome. Well, this was Danimal. This was the biggest jump line they have there. This is another jump line that we're about to watch called Daisy Dukes, and this is the smaller jump line, but they're still pretty good sized jumps. You got like about 10-foot tables, that kind of thing, and Emerson clears pretty much every single one of them. So we're just gonna go ahead and stop talking for a second and watch him clear all these jumps.
He got him. You hooked him.
What did you think of that jump line, Daisy Dukes?
Well, it's a lot smoother than Danimal for sure. That makes me more confident on clearing the jump, so that's basically how I like that more than Danimal. I just like the drops a lot.
Oh, on Danimal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome, man. All right, well, in the video you see we're heading back down. I forgot what trail this was.
This is the last section of the flow.
Okay. Well, we're heading back to town now to go get our shuttle back up to the top. We talked about the trail conditions. What about the air? Was the air more humid? Was it? Tell us about the air in Michigan.
The air was humid, but the weather was cool. It's kind of like a little combined of both, but the air is not muggy like Texas.
Yeah, they've got that's a good observation because they're surrounded by water up there, so they are humid, but they don't have the heat that we do.
They don't have the heat or the air.
Yeah, they don't have the mugginess. They don't have that dense air, thick nastiness like we do. So that's nice. So what'd you think about the town in general?
It's a nice little local town. It's surrounded by huge mountains where the mountain biking trails are located.
So here you can see the hotel that we stayed in on the left, and then there's the community center on the right. All right, this is the main street here. And the coolest thing, the night we got there, we checked into our hotel and we got dinner, and then right across the street on just a Thursday night was a local duet of a guitar and harp, and they started playing Edmunds Fitzgerald. And that's what you're going to be hearing for the rest of the video is that recording. Here's my mom, Emerson's grandmother and sister, LJ. And just the vibe of the town was really chill. Everyone was super laid back and super friendly. Everyone was there to just have a good time, to talk about bikes, to be stress-free and easygoing. And that's definitely the vibe that I was picking up on when we got there. And so, like Emerson was saying earlier, you can see the bikes just all over the place. Emerson said, "What? You saw a girl pushing something?"
Yeah, I saw a 12-year-old girl pushing like a $12,000 bike up a little hill.
Yeah, so it's a real bike-friendly community, and it was just a lot of fun. So if you're looking to have a good time with your family in the summertime and looking to get away from the heat, especially if you're from the south, then I could not recommend Copper Harbor enough, especially because you're away from the city. There's the owner of Kiniwa Adventure Company, by the way. Great guy, great company. Unfortunately, however, some of the trails were not open due to maintenance. This is one of them.
This is the sketchiest feature I've ever seen in my life.
Was this Overflow?
This was Overflow, and I got it before my dad. It's called Overflow because it goes over the flow, which is the other trail that we were talking about earlier.
This is the lower part of Overflow that Bert showed us, but the other part was closed down because they just laid brand new dirt on some berms, and they were waiting for some rain to pack it down.
So basically, Overflow is like the upper part's nice and flowy, and the lower part's really rocky and technical.
Yeah.
And there's another thing that there's at the end of
Don't
this
say
trail.
it yet. Don't say it yet. Should you say it yet?
No.
It's coming up right here,
Yeah,
though.
it's coming. So after this feature, it's just nice, smooth
You
riding.
can say it. You can say it.
It's a really insane feature called Man Pants.
Is it a feature?
No. It's more just like a big cliff, basically.
Yeah, this is it right
Yeah,
here.
this is it. As you can see, there's no trails, just straight down a cliff.
It's the scariest thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I see why they call it Man Pants, because it's a straight drop down.
It's a cliff.
It's a cliff.
And
here's another angle of it.
So what you do is you just drop off the top onto that brick landing.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Basically.
I'm not going to do that. It was very scary.
I'll do it probably. I've also seen a bunch of videos of guys just face planting that, so that's not fun.
Yeah, here's just another view of us transitioning back to town. We're transitioning from another trail, so that's why it looks different. We're not on the main road. But there's, here on the left, you can see where they had a park, and that's where the music was playing, coming up on the left.
And where I play basketball with some trolls.
Mm-hmm. Got the community park on the right. Yeah. And we're heading back to the trailhead where they have a map. We only have about a few more minutes with Birch, so we got to be selective about what trail we want to hit last with him. So that's what we're doing here. But not before we get some water. There's the trailhead. There's the tent. There's my bike. And it was great. They had publicly accessible water and other amenities. It was just a really good town for facilitating group rides and meeting new people and that kind of thing. It was just really fun. So this is the Edge. You can see why it's called the Edge.
It's a black diamond.
It's a black diamond. Yeah, the screen's a little muggy. I forgot to wipe off the lens. Oops.
But he does that a little bit. And this is a trail that leads into another sweet feature, which is just a back-to-back skinny. It's like a bunch of just back-to-back steps, but you go like turn and right to left.
Yeah, but they'll see it in a second. We'll see it come up soon.
And then after that, there's a nice rock roll, and that leads to the beginning of Danimal.
So we were riding from 10 o'clock in the morning till about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. How are you feeling at the end?
I was tired, and here's the feature that I was talking about. I was really tired. I wasn't as tired as Texas. It's not as hot there, like I was saying earlier. It's a lot better. So how hard was this, doing all these skinnies? I know you're taking your time, which is good. Well, it's just it's kind of hard because the turns are sharper than usual. And it was easier for me because I was on a shorter bike, though. It was easier. But yeah, they were pretty easy, but there was just some sharp turns to get on and off of them. But overall, pretty easy.
So out of 10, how would you rate Copper Harbor?
A solid 9.5.
Nice. All right, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, and also go check out Emerson's Instagram.
Emerson Enduro MTB.
My breath.
What?
I can almost see my breath.
Why?
So cold.
Is it cold?
It's like 65 degrees.
It's cold.
It is cold though.
Is it
freezing.
cold? Is it cold? Are you
Was
cold?
that a shiver? Was that a shiver?